Not me.
Not me. Not me.
I mean, just think, back when we first started Smallville Season 4, we didn't know what was going to happen.
Nope.
And now we've watched all of it, and we know exactly what's going to happen.
Well, I don't.
I mean, in Smallville Season 4.
Yeah. But I just meant moving forward. I have no clue.
I mean, that's a very good point,
That's
Maggie.
no clue.
You know what else is a good point?
What?
Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are...
Hopefully awesome.
That's right. A positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. And today's geeky thing is... Somebody Smallville. Let your hands break.
Somebody say...
This one's for you, Remy Zero. Hey, everybody. If this is your first time joining us, welcome to Going Back to Smallville, our weekly podcast where Maggie and I recap and rewatch every episode of Smallville, week by week, episode by episode. Remember, if you'd like to support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome like these fine folks did.
Yeah.
You can also join us right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome. Get your name in every episode. You can also get exclusive content. We actually have a thing going on currently. If we hit a new goal of 10 new people joining at the Hopefully Awesome level, I will watch Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, and we will do a commentary track for it. So
Matt will like it.
The whole thing, expanded edition and everything, all 75,000 hours of it. Gonna do it. Hey, and you can also get a special verbal shout out, just like Strange Marvel Theories. Thank you for being our producer for the month. We greatly appreciate you. Maggie, how are you today?
I'm good.
Yeah?
2-month checkup for old Henry Clark.
Henry Clark. Speaking of Clark,
yeah.
Henry Clark, our son, just hit 2 months old today. Well, wasn't today. Today was his 2-month checkup.
Yeah.
It was yesterday.
I thought it was last Thursday.
No, it was 11th. It's born on January 11th, right?
Yeah, he was. I'm sorry, he's making weird noises.
So yesterday was the 11th.
Yeah.
You're going by weeks. We don't go by weeks.
Okay.
We go by months.
For you.
It's January 11th. No. No. Yes, he is 8.5 weeks old, but he is also 2 months old.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
No. I'm done.
I'm not getting into this with you again. That's why I'm staying quiet.
Mate, do we celebrate Henry 52 weeks after his birthday or 1 year from his birthday? Exactly. We do. It's not. It makes perfect sense. All right, because we don't go by the day. We go by the date. So it wouldn't matter if it was the 52nd Thursday after he had been born. It would only matter if it was January 11th.
That's how I keep up with it because of work. Okay. I know by the time we hit 12, crap. I have to go back.
Oh, man. Speaking of going back, it's time to go back to Smallville. That was a smooth transition.
Yeah, it was.
Should we replace that with the updated meteor shower?
Oh, no.
No, we shouldn't.
No, a CGI corn right there, baby. That's gold.
Okay, we'll say, and I was thinking about maybe introducing this next week, but since we're all here, I will bring this up to the audience. I'm going to turn this down. I feel like we're like really bright. There we go. That's a little better. So I was thinking about a new segment.
Yeah.
A segment that honestly probably should have been here since day one.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what to call it, and I don't know what the intro should be.
Okay.
But I want it to be about the many faces of Lionel.
Okay.
And like, so every time he becomes a new Lionel,
we...
Because, I mean, we've had like 8 Lionels at this point.
Yeah.
You know?
We've had quite a few.
We've had Dying Lionel.
We've
had
Blonde Lionel.
Blonde Lionel, classic.
Jail Lionel.
Murder Lionel. Religious Lionel.
Yep.
Back to being Dad Lionel. You know?
Yeah.
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 So anyway, I was thinking about doing that. So maybe next week we'll talk about all the faces of Lionel.
We got some people in chat.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome.
What's up, Game City Savior?
Game City Savior.
And Matt ZR.
Matt ZR.
He says it's time for the hopefully awesome Pod Chaos. For season 4 Smallville retrospective.
That's right. We're going to get retro with it. No, so we are doing something a little bit different this time. So typically when we do the season recaps, we tend to just have like a long, prolonged conversation.
Yeah.
And then we tend to rank a few things. Sometimes we rank episodes. Sometimes we just rank like, you know, the overall like this season versus last season versus the season 4, so on and so forth. But I've actually gone through our shows for the entire season 4 and pulled our favorite moments. So I've got, for every segment,
oh god,
I've got the best moments, not from us,
man.
but like from the show.
But what we loved. Yeah.
Let me tell you, there's a lot. Oddly enough, I really skimped on the DCU references segment. There's only 2, and so then I added one right before we came in. I was like, that should have been more. Considering War, what is it good for? Is literally like 8 paragraphs.
Oh God, bless us all.
Smallville, season 4. Original air date was September 22nd, 2004, through May 18th, 2005. That was the day before I graduated.
May 18th. That's my brother's birthday.
Cool. The day before I graduated high school. Me and Clark graduated on the same day.
Yeah.
I just got back from watching Star Wars episode. I think this is the 3rd time I've told the story in thrice as many weeks.
Yes.
So I won't go back into that. But let's just say it was an epic night.
You stayed up till 5 a.m.
I popped my cherry that night. My Star Wars in theater cherry, Maggie. Get your head out of the fucking gutter.
You're the one that put it there.
God. No, it was I'd only seen of Star Wars, I'd only seen like 40 minutes of episode 2 in theaters. Like I'd seen all of them at this point when I went and watched episode 3, but it was I was watching Spider-Man for like the 3rd time in theaters, and I kind of got a little bored just because I'd seen it 3 times within like 2 weeks. So I was like, I'm gonna check and see what else is out. So I left the theater, walked into another theater, and it was Star Wars, and like it started when like the worms get into Queen Amidala's.
Yeah. God, man, you didn't make it long.
Yeah. Well, no, it started there, and then I stuck around until like the Jango Fett fight.
Gotcha.
And that's about it. And then I was like, I should probably get back into the theater. Mom and Dad were in there, and they're like, "Where did you go?"
Let's watch Star.
Yeah,
I got sidetracked while I watched Star Wars.
I was like, I really wanted to see that little green guy flip around. I know his name's Yoda, and I knew his name was Yoda at the time. I just thought it'd be funnier to say the little green guy. Grandpa Grogu, as I like to refer to him. Some people like to say Grogu is Baby Yoda. I prefer Grandpa Grogu.
And Grandma is it Yada?
Yaddle.
Yaddle?
Yaddle, I'm pretty sure Yaddle's a bro. I could be wrong.
Chick.
I don't know. Robot Chicken, they were voiced by, I think, Seth Green. So I don't know. And he had long flowing locks. It's so weird. Hey, you know what else was weird?
What?
The synopsis of Smallville season 4.
No way.
Clark has returned, everybody. Though he isn't his usual self, Clark is reprogrammed by Jor-El to seek out the Stones of Power. Lois Lane comes to Smallville to search for truth behind her cousin Chloe's death. Remember, Chloe was dead.
And her dad.
Dead as a doorknob. Lois finds
as a house burning.
An amnesic Clark. Amnesic? Clark?
Amnesia. Yep.
Returned to Smallville after a 3-month absence and takes him to the hospital. Lana, still in Paris with a new love interest, is researching an ancient martyr, Countess Margaret Isabel Thoreau.
France.
Which is connected to Lana in more ways than she knows. Jonathan lies in a coma with Martha by his side. Lionel awaits his trial. Man, we began so many threads. You would have thought we was on an Instagram, Twitter replacement, all the threads that we were picking up. Clark decides that this year will be the year of Clark.
Yeah.
And he will not be worried with what Jor-El has in store for him anymore. Clark goes out for the football team, goes through rocky terrain with his relationship with Lana, sees his relationship with Lex begin to fully crumble, meets future superheroes and old obsessions, and battles witches from the 17th century just in time to graduate from Smallville High. Clark's true destiny is also revealed to him by the season's end, and a second meteor shower comes to Smallville. Season 4 takes place during Clark, Lana, Chloe, and the rest of their classmates' senior year at Smallville High, ages 17 through 18. What?
That's very specific.
Well, I mean, that's how old they were.
I know.
So, you know what they say, Maggie? 17. Only comes once in a lifetime.
But you could be 17 again.
How fucking dare you? All right. I can't even hear myself right now, but how dare you? Maggie, what did we think of Smallville season 4?
I really enjoyed seeing Clark like putting like everything about Krypton on the back burner at the beginning.
He's just like, can I just be a fucking teenager for like a few months?
We get to see him actually like play football, be really good at it. He's not really using his powers at full power while he's playing.
Yeah, he's pulling a dash.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pulling
he's coming in second.
Reel back.
It's like, yeah, go for second.
Second. Yeah.
No, not that slow. No, it was good.
Yeah, and it was nice to see him just enjoy being a teenager in a way. In some ways.
100% agree. 100% agree.
I know along the way there was hiccups where he's like, oh crap, I've got to deal with Lana and them being possessed by witches.
I mean, it is still a superhero drama, teen superhero drama.
Yeah. And like at the beginning, how they introduced Jason and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was good at the beginning.
It was good.
Towards the end, they just flat out gave up.
They totally gave up on Jason's character. Yeah. They're like, I mean,
Jensen. They picked up his
supernatural
show.
It's like, we won't worry about that guy anymore.
Yeah, and let's see, what else was I going to think of? Crap.
Well, I was gonna say about Clark playing football.
Yeah.
So like, okay, his superpowers are like who he is.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, like, he can't really like turn off his superpowers when it comes to like running or like strength. Like, I mean, he can not use X-ray vision.
Yeah.
But like, he just is that strong or that fast.
Yeah.
So like, saying he's not using his powers is not really accurate.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not saying that about you. I'm saying about like Clark himself. Like, he's like, I won't use my powers. Well, but I mean, like, do you really know? Like, if you're not using your powers, like, how do you even know what like human strength is?
He's got buttons and dials.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not like you can just just cut it off. Like, it just doesn't work that way. I mean, I guess theoretically, before the show started, he didn't have his powers. Yeah. Well, but no, didn't he break like the bed or something when he was like 3 or some shit?
Yeah, and something about the tractor too when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Something about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, no, he's always been a little bit fast and a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's bullshit. I think it's bogus.
Burst, you got a good point. Lionel playing everyone behind the scenes to get the stones, but it backfired.
The stones. Yeah, Lionel. Gosh. Started off, Lionel is dying.
Yeah.
Got his head shaved.
Yeah.
Then
he's waiting trial.
Switch poison Lex. Tried to kill Chloe.
Switch places with Clark.
Yeah. Which then healed his body and his mind and turned him into a minister of the Lord. I guess of Clark. I don't know. Like, does he think it was Jesus? Like, do we know like exactly what religion Lionel was like pushing?
All we know is that he believed that there was a miracle. That's all.
I feel like the character of Lionel becomes more and more relevant every year in America. I'll just leave it at that.
And Colonel Sanders said, I think this is about Jason. You could correct me if I'm wrong. He had a pretty strong start, but at the end they're like, yeah, just whatever, just finish it.
Yeah, honestly, with Jason, like he was a fun character at first.
Yeah.
I hated the I'm gonna be a coach and I'm gonna date Lana.
Yeah.
Like I hated that. Like it's
I'm gonna follow you from France.
I mean, like it's just
because mommy told me to.
You know it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like you know that's a bad idea to date a high schooler.
And even if and Lana should even know it's a bad idea to just sneak around and kiss him at school.
Yeah, come on.
Like, come on, guys.
Come on. And then like then he gets fired, of course. And then like I want to say it was around the time he got fired and oh yeah, they almost had sex.
Yeah.
And then that's when he really changed.
Yeah, because she didn't want it to end.
Yeah,
but, like
so
that's for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, she's gonna give him her.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I don't think you're ready for this relationship.
No.
And then he got hired by Lex and went to China and like
turns out that mommy was being the puppet master.
And like I think the moment that really shifted was when he killed Bridget Crosby. I think that was the moment where he's like, I just don't make sense as a character anymore. Nope. I'm just a bad guy now.
Just gonna murder people.
And I'm really obsessed with my mom now. Yeah. Like
she's the medicine woman.
Like, I mean, he kind of went from like not liking his mom to being like fully.
Yeah, I know. That was so confusing.
Yeah,
I'm like, if you said that you went to France to get away from your mom, and then you come to Smallville and she follows you to Smallville.
And like he's mad at her.
Yeah.
And not even in front of other people.
No,
like you could
someone
like you could make the argument that maybe it was all long play.
Yeah.
Right? Like maybe this whole thing was his mom's idea.
Yeah.
But like he gets in the car and he's like, fuck you, mom.
Yeah.
And like nobody's around.
Yeah.
So like no, they just didn't know what they were doing with him.
I'm sorry.
Unfortunately.
I'm just letting everybody know. If you see me like looking down and smiling, it's because our little boy is so stinky cute.
Yeah. Henry Clark.
Colonel Sanders says that your iced coffee looks pretty good.
Hey, thank you. It is pretty good.
Burst Jones said either way, Lionel would eventually go back to his evil ways without the push from Lex. You notice that Jason and Genevieve little estranged relationship was an act to fool everyone. That's what Burst said.
I don't know.
I don't know. At the beginning, I think it was like legit. Like Jason just couldn't stand to be with his mom.
Like okay, here's what I'll say. I will say, did they retroactively make it a long play? Sure,
they tried,
but like, so I mean, do we want to talk about like what the continuity is or what the writers were doing? Okay, because that's two different things.
I mean, we saw the behind the scenes in the writers' room. They're playing games, guys.
They were, which I mean, I respect it, you know. But like, you know, I mean, I definitely think the writers were trying to figure out what Jason's character was.
Yeah.
Like honestly, at first he was kind of a replacement Whitney, you know.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he was. And then they tried to, you know, evolve him into more.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really working.
No.
And then I think in the back half of the season they finally started realizing what they were wanting to do. And like he kind of got the Oz treatment a little bit. Like remember Oz on Buffy? Like where like he's a great character, but they just had nothing to do for him.
Yeah.
And so he ultimately just leaves because it's like, well, I could, you know, have like Robot Chicken if I'm not on here anymore, you know. I could be in Greg the Bunny. So yeah, I mean, obviously we're big Jensen Ackles fans. Like, I'm looking forward to the boys
in
can't
June.
Wait. Yes.
Yeah,
oh my god, I can't wait.
Matt Zigar says, "Well, while Kryptonians can't turn off their powers, they can control them. I mean, I think how much control Clark has when he's shaking hands or hugging someone, his true strength would end someone."
I mean, that's true. He is definitely in control, but I guess like, how does he know? Like, okay, if he didn't have his powers, right? Like that's what we're trying to base like his level of ability when he's not using his powers on the field, right? And he just so happens to still be an all-star quarterback.
Yeah.
Without his powers.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not saying Clark cheated. I'm saying I don't know if you can have a subjective understanding of your power level, like, sure, you can dial it back and not be like superhuman, but he is still an all-star athlete. Like, and I think, did he? I'm not talking about like earning it, but like, it's because he already had those innate abilities.
I wonder what Superman was like if he became a couch potato.
Have you ever seen Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman?
Oh yeah, that is right. That does happen.
They did.
Burstead, in theory, they had to keep the act up, especially when it came to Lana.
But they were in the car, and no one was there.
And Jason freaking
They were cones.
They were cones.
Nah, I agree. And retroactively, I think they did make it a long play. But like in the moment, like
I don't think, man, he hates his mom.
Yeah, I don't think the writers knew what they were going to do with Jason.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the writers kind of filling out the characters as they go throughout, and not just being beholden to like an initial plot that they had thought of. Like they're willing to like weave and dip and dive and stuff, and like I'm okay with that.
Well, and you also said whenever we was watching the special features and stuff, how they like it showed us the process the writers' room went through and stuff.
Yeah.
But like you said, they would have an episode wrote up, and Miles and Al would show up, right?
Yeah, they like pitch it to him.
They'd pitch it to them, and then they would take it and then pitch it to, I guess,
like the studio, or no, they'd go to Jeff Loeb.
Okay,
and then he would, I guess, help pitch it to Miles and Al.
Yeah. And how that would things didn't like flow.
Yes,
as they
like
should
seeing
have.
that process, it made it make a lot more sense. Why, like at the end of one episode, Clark and Lana will be like, things will be different this time.
I love
and then
you.
and then like they're not together in the next episode, and like they're still kind of in that weird area of like, are we gonna get together or not? And like it's just because it was just different writers. And like I get it, but like I don't know, I'm spoiled. We're all a little bit spoiled. Like TV has changed since this. You know, I mean, you got to think this season 2004 that was the first season of Lost came out this season. So like I think you can definitely, this is just my opinion, I think you can feel the influence of Lost throughout the series going forward. And I feel like Algo and Miles Miller weren't necessarily up to the task of trying to make a more serialized show like that.
Is too busy writing Spider-Man 2, so.
And I am number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah. But so especially when we get to like season 7 and stuff. But yeah, so I mean, like, you think of shows like Breaking Bad and stuff. Like, it's very much, these characters. It's not ambiguous as to like somebody does this in this episode, but then they do something in the next episode, and you don't really know why. And it's just kind of because there was different voices writing the characters. Like everything just we're just living in a better time for television. Just being honest. So I mean,
I agree.
I have to kind of grade it on a curve of like it was 2004, so.
What a time. 2004, what a time to be alive.
But aside from, of course, Jason and Lionel, Clark, became a football star.
Yeah.
He had some fun.
Yeah.
And then gave it all up,
Which good on him.
Yeah.
College sports is hard.
Do we have, let me ask you this. Like, if we didn't know what Clark ultimately becomes, and I'm talking about a reporter at the Daily Planet.
Yeah.
Like, did they do anything to set up, like, what Clark is going to be after high school?
No, they have not.
Like, we have nothing, right?
Other than journalism or a farmer.
I mean, but did he even say that?
No.
Like, I mean, I know that.
Well, he said, like, investigative journalism. I really like that.
But I mean, like, barely. I mean, it was never like Chloe, what she's going to go do. And like this just feels.
And Lois is still undecided.
Yeah. And it just feels like Clark, if we didn't know what happens to Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like they're kind of resting on the assumption that everyone knows who Clark Kent is. Which fair. I mean, that's a fair assumption. But like, just from like a teen drama perspective, it is weird that the main character does not have a clear idea of what he wants to do with his future in the graduation episode. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But
like compared to like Buffy, You know, where like
Yeah.
they spent entire episodes like trying to figure out what Buffy's future is going to be like. Is she going to be like a police officer or something? You know, and like I don't know. It's just really weird that they just did not even attempt to tackle that.
I don't know. Also, too, I think in a way, because I know like me in high school,
yeah,
it took me a long time to figure out what I was going to be.
Sure, of course,
and like. And some people don't figure it out until they're out of high school.
No,
so.
I agree. I'm not saying that it's not
I
unrealistic. I'm just saying that for a teen drama about high school kids, and we're in the senior year, and we have the actual graduation happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a show that's done that and has not given a clear indication of what the character is wanting to try and grow to be. After high school. Now, whether that's what college they're going to or, you know, what career path they want to, you know, but I mean, I'm talking like Veronica Mars, Buffy. Boy Meets World. I can't believe we both said Boy Meets World.
Sabrina Teenage Witch.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, especially, I mean, even like, I feel like even Zach, like on Saved by the Bell, I feel like we had an idea of what he wanted to do. I'm pretty
certain all of them knew what they was going to do.
And so, I mean, especially the fact that Clark gave up on football and like we saw him give up that. It's just interesting that they didn't take a chance just to kind of give any indication of what Clark wants to do.
Poor Clark.
Short of staying on the farm to help because his parents won't be able to do it without him.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could argue that that's the choice.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. See, this is the problem. And like, don't get me wrong, I know I'm kind of nitpicking some stuff about season 4. I love this season. This is honestly probably it's at least my favorite season so far.
Yes.
And it's definitely in my top, like, it's in the top half for me of, like, my favorite seasons of the series. But I will say at this point, we do kind of reach this era with Miles and Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Algo and Miles Miller. That's it. Not Miles and Miller. Algo and Miles Miller.
Yeah.
Where it's almost like Clark is in, and I don't mean this as a joke, he's almost in like a state of arrested development, like where
everything's like at a stalemate.
Yeah, I mean it's for real. It's like the next 3 years, he just doesn't really. And I'm not going into spoilers or anything, but like, it's like they're wanting to sync up to Superman the movie, right?
Yeah.
Even though it obviously doesn't, but like they're wanting to try and get
that was their goal.
Yeah, like that's their Bible of who Superman is. So when they, in their minds, when they finish Smallville, it should lead to him being the beginning of Superman the movie.
Yeah.
Right. Again, even though he met Lois and stuff, like, you know, it's not a 1-to-1, but that's where they'd want it.
Yeah.
And so like at the end of this season, he throws the crystal to get the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
And then like that's the beginning of Superman the movie. Like that's when he becomes Superman. Like in the movie, he should, like, he literally does that, and then he trains for like 18 years, and he comes out, or well, I guess 12. And he comes out, and he's 30-year-old Superman, you know?
I'm going to work on the Daily Planet, Metropolis.
And like, so they've kind of got there, and then like the show's still going. And so we just see Clark just kind of not evolve over the next 3 years because it's like they're still trying to hold on to this place that they want to end, which is Superman the movie. And it's like, guys, you've already done, like, you already got the fortress. Like, what are you gonna do? Well, you know,
I feel like I'm getting set up for the fortress to not be a fortress. It's just gonna be a sword.
A sword? Why would it be a sword?
I don't know. That's where my brain's going right now.
Well, it's not. It is the fortress. I will tell you right now. It is the fortress. But you know, so it's just, I just thought it was like, that's the one thing about this next chapter, and next week we're going to be talking about the first 4 seasons of Smallville. I like to think of it as like the first chapter of Smallville, which is the high school years, and then these next years are kind of the lost years. I feel like 5, 6, and 7 are just kind of lost, and then 8, 9, and 10. Can I say what? I would call 8, 9, and 10 the Metropolis years.
Okay.
That's what I would call 8, 9, and 10.
I figured he wound up in Metropolis.
Yeah, well, I mean, Metropolis becomes like a main hub of the show.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not even in the future seasons. Like, I'm pretty sure in season 5, Metropolis is in several episodes, if not every episode.
Yeah.
And as the show grows, like Metropolis becomes more and more of a mainstay.
The fortress is pretty sweet. Thanks, Matt CR.
It is pretty sweet. Pretty freaking sweet. So yeah, that's why I think when Algo and Miles Miller kind of leave the show at the end of season 7, it kind of unlocks a lot of this. And like just right off the get from season 8, like they're like, okay, we're moving on now. Like we are gonna do our own thing
right now, everybody.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he doesn't become Superman or anything like that, but like he's not just this farm boy that's just kind of stuck. And like especially they almost lean into it where it's like you see all the rest of the characters moving on, and he's just like alone in his barn bouncing a ball, you know, and like everybody's getting laid. It sucks, man. It's hard to be Clark. All right. God. That's
we're supposed to know, Matt, that all superheroes are miserable.
I mean,
back in our era.
He can't stand to fly. It is funny that like Algo and Miles Miller's like main thing is, oh, I'm a superhero and it's really depressing.
Feel bad for me.
Yeah. Like Spider-Man 2, Smallville.
Yeah.
I Am Number 4. Another show. Wednesday.
I don't know about Wednesday, man.
I'm joking.
We still don't know. We still haven't watched
need to watch that. Still need to watch that. I think we've been saying that for like 2 seasons at this point. But yeah, so obviously we're going to be going into a little bit more details on different aspects of the show. But overall, Smallville season 4,
pretty awesome.
It was a great ride, a fantastic ride, one might say, a super ride.
A sweet ride.
Pete the Boss Ross. All right, now it's time to get into War. What is it good for? I don't know what my voice just did.
It's because you did Elmo and Stitch back and forth a little kid.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. War!
All right, this is a lot.
Oh boy.
This is the entire season's synopsis for each of these relationships. All right.
Oh boy, buckle up, everybody.
How Clark and Lana have progressed this season. Clark and Lana begin completely on outside with each other. Clark, as Lionel, comes on to Lana, and Lana slaps Clark. Lana wrongfully blamed Clark for Jason being fired. Possessed Lana kisses Clark for info. Lana's pissed at Clark when he starts dating Alicia. Clark goes with Lana to China to find the Stones of Power. Clark loses his memory and tells Lana things will be different this time. This time?
This time? This time.
There you go. Lana begins feeling feelings for Clark again after this. Lana, possessed by Ghost Dad, asks Clark to prom. Lana shows up to prom late, but dances with Clark to Lifehouse music. Clark and Lana have a son. They lose their son.
They lose him.
Lana trusts Clark with her Power Stone. Lana tells Clark she loves him, and Clark responds that he loves her too.
That was sweet. That was a sweet moment.
I did like that. Did it come out of nowhere? Oh, maybe a little.
A little bit.
I feel like the China episode did a lot of heavy lifting for their relationship.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't feel as off as some of their roller coaster relationships have felt in the previous seasons.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I hate you, Clark. I love you, Clark. And like, so I mean, it feels a little bit better.
Clark, get off my back.
But I will say, they dragged Lana for the first half of this season. Like, I fucking hated Lana this season.
I did too.
And like by the end of it, like I'm back to being fun
I was
with
mad.
Her, you know?
I was crossing my arms at one point and I was like,
because they're back, baby.
No, let's not do this again.
Oh, come on. You felt it. You know you felt it when he was like, things will be different this time, and Lana's like, this time? Like, come on. There was that you're like
a little bit. But then I'm like, nope, nothing.
I want them to be together.
Matt CR says, I cannot wait to hear what Maggie thinks of the 5th season premiere eventually. I'm excited for that. Yes. Game City Savior said, so let's talk about the Alicia prequel that should have happened.
Huh?
I don't know.
The Alicia prequel that should have happened.
I don't know.
Are we talking about boning? What are we talking about?
Laughing face. That's all I know.
I bet it was in reference to something that I said that I've completely forgot about now.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I love Alicia, and she was done dirty.
Yeah, she was. I agree.
How are they gonna let Adam Sandler kill off the best secondary character of Smallville. First, Kayla. First Kyla, now Alicia. Loving Clark's a deadly
it is.
proposition.
It's a deadly game.
Preposition. Proposition? Never mind. Preparation.
H.
War. How Clark and Lex have progressed this season. All right, so Clark and Lex began on the outs this season as Clark is still angry about how Lex lied to him for 3 years. I forgot about this.
Yes.
So like I when I started writing this, I was like, I think they were kind of okay. Like I did not remember the fact that they were anti each other.
Yeah.
Well, or that Clark was anti Lex.
Yeah. He just didn't want no part.
Because then Lex tries to buy football equipment, and Clark's like, I don't want your life. And then like I forget exactly what he does, but he ends up doing something else in that episode. And he's like, I guess we could be friends again.
I guess we can try. It'll be different this time.
This time, best friends. Best buddies.
Best friends.
Best friends.
B
is for best friends.
Ah!
It's the last time that'll ever happen because they are not friends. They are so not friends anymore.
Nope.
Clark and Lex begin on the outs. Their friendship starts to return as Clark begins playing football.
Yep.
Lex begins keeping secrets from Clark around the time Bart shows up. So like the painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he can see it, and like then Lex is like, there's nothing back there. Blup, 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 blup.
Bart's like, let me steal this for you.
Obviously, Clark continues to lie to Lex.
Yes.
Lex splits into two, and Black Lex finds out Clark's secret, but apparently doesn't remember this when the two Lexes are put back together.
Because that's what shock therapy made him forget.
Apparently. Well, and Black Kryptonite does that too, I guess. But how he remembers, because he's the same guy.
Yeah.
So, like, if he has half his memories, he should have all of his memories. It's not like it's not like Alexander is like the main Legs. Like, they're both Legs.
Yeah.
They're just different parts of him. So, like, when they're back together, he should have all the memories or none of the memories. That's what it should be. All or nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Bring it on, all or nothing. Lex manipulates Clark when Clark loses his memory to find out more about the caves. Lex lies to Clark about using their son's DNA to help save people. Well, he says that they will give it away eventually after they get all they need from it. So he's like, yeah, we'll give it away eventually. Lex kidnaps Chloe and drags her to the caves because he suspects Clark being involved with his vault being broken into and his missing Power Stone. He really ramps up.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm going to kidnap Chloe now.
I'm going to take Lana hostage.
No, now, he didn't take her hostage. He was just manipulating her to stay.
A hostage.
Hostage means against your will. She wasn't against her will. She was there by choice. He just manipulated her into making the choice he wanted her to make.
Oh, Lord.
It's like when I get you to make tacos.
You don't manipulate me. I love tacos. Matt CR says this time thing still makes me gag.
This time?
And Game City Saver says this time thing makes me want to cry.
This time? I love it, honestly.
I hate it.
And then you start getting Lifehouse playing in there. Man, let me tell you. It's you and me and all the people. Nothing to do, nothing to choose. Did you know Jack Bauer?
Yeah.
He directed a Lifehouse music video. That's I think it was their next single, possibly after that one. I don't know. But yeah, he directed one. I'm falling apart. I'm barely breathing with a broken heart. Dude, I want to say this is the last time we get a Lifehouse song in Smallville, which is just a fucking terrible thing.
An atrocity.
It's an atrocity. Lifehouse is as much in the DNA of Smallville
as
Remy Zero. Thank you, Maggie. Dynamite.
Been there. I meant. Oh, that's what you meant. Sorry, Game City Saver.
So, how Lex and Lana have progressed this season.
Oh, God.
Lana returns to Smallville and begins living in the Talon apartment. Lana, Jason, and Lex have an ongoing untrustworthy alliance regarding the Power Stones. Lex gets Jason fired from Smallville High for dating Lana because he was trying to protect her. Lex hires Jason, but has him tortured in China. Black Lex sexually assaults Lana. Lex helps Lana lay low after she kills Genevieve Teague. Lex steals Lana's purse to try and take her Power Stone, but she gave it to Clark. Lana suggests that Lex only ever cared about the stones, but Lex implies he did it because he truly cares for her. Lex sends Lana on the helicopter during the second meteor shower, which ultimately crashes in front of a giant spaceship. Spaceship. So, yeah, Lex just not killing it this season.
No.
Not killing it.
Just
Killing it.
bro, back off.
Like,
She's 18.
she is so not into you.
No.
Or is she?
Oh, no.
Oh, Maggie.
No,
Just
don't
you
talk
wait.
like no.
Just you wait. Oh, man.
Oh god.
Oh, my God. I just...
Oh god.
A lot of things just came flooding back to me.
Oh god.
It's awful. Now, of course, the best breakdown for this season. How Clark and Lois have progressed this season. Lois meets Clark in a cornfield while he is brainwashed and naked. Lois works with Clark to help solve the murder of Chloe, though this was all a rouge made by Lex to help protect Chloe during Lionel's murder trial. I love my run-on sentences that I have.
Well, your ongoing, your letter, you've missed the beginning letter.
Hey, I use a Bluetooth keyboard on my iPad, and I can't help it if sometimes it doesn't, do it.
I didn't know.
It drives me insane. All right? And it happens to me at work also. I'm starting to think Bluetooth keyboards are just inherently not great. Hate it. Clark meets Lois's dad, General Sam Lane. Lois begins staying at the Kents while she works out her college credits issues. Lois dunks Clark in a water tank, and they laugh together, which prompts Chloe to see their interest in each other that both Clark and Lois aren't even aware of yet. So much for my happy ending. Ha, ha, so much for my happy ending. Great episode. Lois leaves Smallville and goes back to college, but promises to visit and calls Clark Smallville. Love it. Lois returns for a surprise party and gets possessed and hits on Clark. Lois saves Clark from murdering Adam Sandler. Clark saves Lois from drowning in college. Lois returns to the Kents and begins helping out at the Talon. Clark and Lois adopt a dog named Clarky, Crypto, and ultimately Shelby. Clark meets Lois's sister Lucy and helps save her. When Clark doesn't have his memory, Lois gives him advice on being able to handle the situation and shows genuine care for Clark's well-being. Lois is possessed by Ghost Dad. Lois, possessed by Ghost Dad, goes to prom with Clark. Lois helps Clark prepare for graduation. See my tie? Tie my tie. Lois leaves the Kent home for good as she is spending the summer with her dad trying to find Lucy. Lois and Clark admit that they actually like each other, only as friends for now, and Clark suggests Lois try journalism, while Lois believes that Clark will move to Metropolis and leave a big mark on the city. Bing.
Ping pong.
Ping pong.
I'm not spitting out a
They're
drink
trained
tonight.
in the ancient arts of ping pong. Terrible. And I only ever saw the trailer. I never even saw it.
I told you I saw it. It's a horrible movie.
Hey, you know what else was horrible? Continuity. We really need an intro for that.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I love the Beast Wars intro,
Beast
it really
Wars.
doesn't fit
No, it
at all.
doesn't. It
At
doesn't.
all.
I bet people that come into this are like, what is going
Didn't that fuck just say Beast Wars?
on?
This season introduces Lois Lane. She appears as a special guest star in 13 episodes before joining the main cast the following year. That's season 5.
Yay.
Clark recovered the first of the Stones of Power at the very beginning in the episode Crusade. Then he received the last 2 in the very last episode, Commencement. So all that back and forth for 22 episodes ultimately led to nothing until the final episode.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like, as we were watching it, it felt like, man, they're really keeping this Stones story going.
No.
No,
No.
They pulled it over. They pulled one over on us. They're like, yeah, no, everything's totally in play.
Cool. Yeah. No.
No.
Was.
And then, like, remember how confused we were about Lionel's stone? And then it turned out Lionel just had the
Had a
stone.
stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, what happened to the stone that Lana had that was in a gutter?
Yeah. It was like, does Lana have two? So wait, why did she have that on her then? Like, because the idea was in that episode where where they were getting turned into wax figures. Like, the idea was that Lionel had given her his stone, and that's why she had it on her.
Yeah.
But that was the stone she had from China. So, like, why did she take it out of the gutter, and why did she feel the need to look at it? Like, in her car,
I think
you know?
it's her subconscious as Isabel.
I think it's bad writing.
I think it's because those effers in the writing room too busy playing some kind of game with a box and a tennis ball.
No, it was a baseball.
A baseball.
Or, well, it was a tennis ball,
Oh.
but it was the jug from a water cooler, an empty jug from a water cooler. That was the bat. It was like Wiffle Ball.
Game City Savior says, does anyone think when you listen to the music on Smallville, it's like listen to this version of Superman's iPad?
Yes.
That's
That is
great.
exact. I
like
look
that.
at it like James Gunn's mixtape for the Guardians,
of the
but this
Galaxy.
is like Superman's mixtape.
Matt ZR says, actually, Matt, just searched and not the last season for a Lifehouse song, but we go wild without one.
Oh,
Thanks, Matt ZR.
thank you. That makes me very excited. I mean, I'm not like a big Lifehouse fan or anything.
He enjoys it.
Like, I so combine Lifehouse and Smallville into like one thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there can be no Lifehouse without Smallville, and there can be no Smallville without Lifehouse.
Yeah.
That second statement's probably not as true.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the end of statement.
End of statement. By
Clark
Matt.
recovered. No, we already did that. Black Kryptonite is introduced in Crusade and is the second creation of Smallville. So Black Kryptonite did not exist before Smallville, allegedly. I feel like we looked into it and that wasn't completely accurate, but whatever. The first Smallville creation being Lana Luthor was an original Smallville. To be incorporated into the comic books. So it is also the third Kryptonite introduced, first being Kryptonite green. And the second being red Kryptonite.
So we got 3.
How many more Kryptonites do you think we'll get before the end of the series?
All the colors of the rainbow.
No.
Is there purple?
No. There is something purple.
Something purple.
And it's the worst. It's the
Okay.
dumbest shit.
It's the twin
It's
rings,
probably,
isn't
probably
it?
the reason why.
Wonder Twins.
No, it's not. It's probably the reason why, honestly, why I hate season 7
Okay.
is because of this purple thing. And I won't say anything else about it.
Okay.
I want to say, Matt ZR, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we get 2 more colors.
Okay.
I want to say
Blue?
I think blue. I know for sure we get 2 more. We get blue and silver.
Blue and silver?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if we get any more. I don't think we get any more.
What about yellow?
That's the sun.
What?
His power comes from a yellow sun, Maggie.
Yeah, but why isn't there yellow kryptonite?
I don't know. All right. Maybe because they were like...
You're supposed to know this.
Maybe they were like, hey, we can't keep doing these new kryptonite stories, all right? It's bad enough we keep finding these meteor freaks every once in a while. Like, come on. You know? We can't just have a new rock.
This episode of Smallville, let's rip out all the impurities of this kryptonite and make a rainbow.
There was rainbow kryptonite, and we can't really talk about it because it wasn't very... it was in a time...
A time?
When people were less...
gotcha.
smart and accepting. And so I believe it was the rainbow kryptonite. It was either rainbow or pink. But either way,
people are stupid.
Yeah.
Matt
Exactly.
CR says technically 3, maybe.
What's the third? You can tell us the third color. Unless it's like a big
Blue,
spoiler.
silver.
I don't think it's Anyway. Moving
Roy
on.
G. Biv.
Although Clark doesn't get any new powers, it is shown that Kal-El can fly in the episode Crusade. And by now, he's acquired and mastered all of his abilities except super breath / Arctic breath and flight.
Yeah, I've been waiting on the breath.
Yeah. It's kind of one of the sillier ones.
I know.
You know?
I know it's silly.
How do you incorporate that into like, because they usually
There's
try
a
and
fire.
tie it to like, think about it, they try and tie them to like puberty, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm horned up. Here's my fire lasers, you know?
My palate's changing.
I mean,
that's the only
I
thing I can
guess.
think of that could be an excuse.
Alice and Mac did not appear in the opening credits of the first episode during its original airing. This was a tactic to maintain suspense of Chloe's fate, as she had been shown to be caught in an explosion in the episode Covenant. She is not confirmed to be alive until the end of the season premiere, Crusade. Sorry.
She does appear in the opening credits of every other episode and reruns after Jensen Ackles.
Jensen Ackles. Jensen Ackles appeared in 20 of 22 episodes this season, Onyx
Son.
and Ageless being the exceptions. This is the only season that he appeared on Smallville.
Good job.
He's gone.
Good job, Jensen.
I believe we get an offhanded remark about him in the premiere of season 5. And like they're like, I don't know. And I think that's it.
Jonathan and Martha killed him.
They're like, that fuck was vaporized. Like, I don't remember what they do. I just remember there's something. There's some like offhand remark. That's it. And I believe the same thing is done for Genevieve,
Okay.
where Lana murdered her. Like they're just like, I don't know.
Gosh.
An asteroid hit her. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
You know?
Man,
Plus I
perfect
guess,
cover
like,
up for murders.
Well,
right
like, and don't forget, Lionel actually was the one that like cleaned up everything.
now. Yeah.
But then he like got the Matrix disease at the end of the episode. So like maybe he's out of play as
Binary
far as that goes. Well, it's a Krypton code, Maggie. Here's something funny. So I had this show that I used to make. It's an internet show. It wasn't good or anything. And like it's all of 12 views. Okay, so I don't want.
Yeah.
Please understand, I was not a part of anything major. But it was called Wonder Ball, and we had a season 2 that we did not. I never edited the episodes, but we
God.
filmed 3,
Yeah.
and I never cut it together. But
yeah.
the first episode was called the Smallville Code. The Smallville Code.
The
And it's
Smallville Code.
supposed to be like the Da Vinci Code.
Oh,
Okay. But it was the Smallville Code. And so we had to watch I think at that point it was 5 seasons of Smallville. And then trying to figure out what the big secret of Smallville is.
Yeah.
Turns out it's the Clark Kent of Superman. Like that was the joke. Yeah. And it's because in the pilot, Lana says, so are you man or Superman? And then I forget, I think we was going to have, I think it was Lex shoots one of us. We died in almost every episode. Like it didn't matter. Like
That's
and
great.
then we were just alive the
That's
next
great.
episode.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter.
That sounds like a soap opera.
We also had one about Guitar Hero, but it doesn't matter. Let's see here. This is the last season with this style of opening credits. This is the first season to have both first and last episodes starting with the same letter.
Ooh.
We're really reaching for
Yeah.
some
alliteration
highlights right there. Chloe discovers Clark's secret this year. This makes her the second regular cast member to discover Clark's secret, the first being Pete Ross, and the first cast member to be aware of the secret before Clark confesses in the episodes.
Pariah.
Yeah. Let's see. Wait, huh? The first cast member to be aware of the secret before Clark confesses. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, because at some point,
Yes.
yeah, I was like, what episode's Pariah? But that's the Alicia episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, Clark didn't tell her in Pariah.
No.
So I get that sentence is just
Yeah.
worded weird. Eric Johnson makes his final appearance as Whitney Fordman in the episode Facade, also known as Kryptonite.
Goodbye to Wow Wow.
We miss you, why. Former Lois Lane actress Margot Kidder guest starred in 2 episodes this season as Bridget Crosby. As the skies are blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day.
Louis Armstrong, Matt.
I thought it was
Matt.
Bing Crosby. Bridget Crosby.
Bing Crosby can't sing like that.
Start spreading the news.
No, not
Smallville's season 4 slipped in the ratings, averaging only 4.4 million viewers a week. shows would be killing for those numbers right now. Well, you got to think, compared to like Lost, which was carrying like 20 million views an episode, you know?
Yeah. I'm having a lot of fun over here.
I can tell. You're making like arrows or something.
I'm making like really long pieces
of snot.
Yeah. Look.
Ew. You nasty. All right, Maggie. Now let's talk about all the new characters we met this week. Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
So I'll be honest. I had cut that out of our list because, like, okay, each week I do this rundown of the episode, right? And so whenever we don't use a segment, I usually delete it off of it because I don't want it to be popped up with nothing on there.
Yeah.
I forgot to ever add it back in. So that's why we've not done Welcome to the Party, Pal in a long time.
I was supposed to say, I hadn't seen that segment. No, man.
Like that one, and then I think it was Drugs But with Kryptonite was one that also got deleted for a few episodes. Which luckily we didn't miss anything.
No.
You know. So we're back.
Let's see. Game City Saver said that song that plays when Clark meets Lex on episode 1 popped up on my Spotify, and it's
nice.
Chef's Kiss.
Nice.
He also said blue, silver, gold, and a white sparkle one that may be rainbow or purple. And in the comics, it was pink that made Superman like Jimmy.
Yeah.
Matt CR said, will we see any other alums from past Superman projects?
Will we?
Yeah.
He's asking?
Yeah.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
I can think of at least 2 right off the bat. But there's probably more than that. 3. Yeah, 3 for sure.
All right.
Yeah. And I think there's probably more. But yeah, at least 3.
Okay.
And that's people who've been in previous Superman stuff.
Gotcha.
We never, I believe... Yeah, because I don't think he did anything until Arrow. Brandon Routh never made an appearance.
Okay, I figured he didn't.
Which, I mean, but I thought that would have been cool, though.
Yeah, it would have been.
Like, you know, it is interesting that, like, because Brandon Routh pretty young in Superman Returns.
Yeah, he's a
Like,
baby.
I mean, him and Tom Welling, not like physically the same. Like, Tom's obviously fucking jacked in this, you know? But, like, you know, Warner Brothers is always talking about, like, how scared they are to confuse audiences by having, like, multiple versions of the same character on. And it's like, you're going to do Superman Returns with, like, a young 20s Superman, and you've got a show about a young 20s Superman. Like, I don't know. It's just odd that they were fine with that, you know?
Oh, Matt Sierra says he was testing you.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I want to say at least 3, but I could be forgetting, like, some of the lesser ones. But I know of at least 3 that we got.
All right.
Yeah.
So who came back to the party, pal?
Oh, Maggie, let me tell you. We got Lois Lane joined us this year. Jason Teague, Bridget Crosby, General Sam Lane, Bart Mr. Migzel-Pitalik, Genevieve Teague, Shelby, and Lucy Lane. There was also some other minor characters, but as far as like reoccurring characters go, that was
I understand.
A good little collection of people.
Yes.
You know, I say reoccurring characters. Mr. Migzel-Pitalik, I believe, never comes back.
No.
So even though I have him listed here, it's more because he's a DC character. Is why
I figured. And Bart.
Yeah, because Bart doesn't come back.
Wow, that's not obvious at all.
All right, now it's time to get into the sad zone. We're going to remember all those that we lost this time in Smallville. What, Maggie? Don't break it. We haven't told it yet.
I'm sorry.
We're all gonna die.
All right. So, guess what, Maggie?
What?
On smallville.fandom.com, which shout out to them for helping us curate a lot of the facts in this episode, in every episode that we do. They have a ongoing tally of all the lives that Clark has saved or not saved.
Okay.
Or killed. And they have that for each season. And so I'm going to tell you about all those.
Okay.
So 45 people died in Smallville season 4. All right. And we're not going to name all of them. There are 10 episodes this season where no one died. But by the end of this season, there are 31 episodes in the entire series where no one has died. That's an average of approximately 8 episodes per season. Clark saved Lana Lang's life 3 times and once from possession. He saved Chloe Sullivan from mortal danger 6 times and possession twice. Oh yeah, because I guess the
Ghost Dad.
Yeah, Ghost Dad. Yeah. He saved Lex Luthor's life 4 times and once from possession. I'm trying to remember the possession there.
Was it Ghost Dad?
No. Do you think they're talking about when he was under the spell of the piano?
Probably. Maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that that's possession.
Ooh, I see a bunch of hearts and...
Hey, thanks for the
faces.
love. Yeah, help us out in chat if you all know what they're referencing here with Lex from Possession. I'm just not really.
Possession of drugs.
I mean, I guess. I mean, you wouldn't count Black Lex as possession, right?
I bet that's what it is.
It doesn't matter. He saved Lois Lane from mortal danger once, possession once, and attempted to save her twice. Attempted to save her.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
I think
Doesn't help.
the cheerleader thing.
Mm.
I think he was going to help, like, save her, and she started kicking butt.
Do you think the mortal danger is when she was a wax figure, and like
probably
he was gonna knock her over, and Clark like ran out there and was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That was an effed up episode.
It really was. Why they chose that one to be the special feature for the writers' room, I have no idea. Like, of all the episodes, he saved Jonathan and Jason Teague twice, and Martha and Lionel once. Clark was saved by Martha, Lois, Chloe, and Shelby.
Yeah, Shelby.
He also saves himself 3 times. There were no fatalities among the staff of Smallville High this year.
Yeah,
Yay.
good job, teachers and administrators.
R.I.P. Principal Quan.
Principal Quan.
The P stands for pie.
Principal
and
Quan.
Coach Taylor.
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't remember his name.
Hothead. Yeah.
Alan. No.
Nope.
Is the same last name.
Reagan's.
No. Is the same last name from that show with Fred Savage.
Wonder Years?
Yes. Arnold.
Coach Arnold?
Right? Wasn't that his last name? Wasn't that their names?
I don't know.
The Arnold family?
I didn't watch the Wonder Years.
Remember they'd come out and be like, "Hey, Arnold."
Butthole.
Coach Arnold. Hothead. For 25 years! Remember that guy? Let's see here. There were 4 fatalities among the students of Smallville High. Dawn Stiles, Karen Gallagher, Haley Timmons, and Brandon Nash.
Nash.
This is Nash. This is Nash.
Where's Kush?
Nash. I'm Kush. Man, last night we had Kush call in. It was weird. Alicia, Dr. Swan, and Bridget Crosby all died this season.
Cue Amazing Grace.
All right, moving on. It's time to talk about the freaks of the weeks.
Major funky.
Well, because we're doing multiple weeks. So we actually have a variety of things that we do for this during the seasonal recaps. So our first is that we actually rank the special features for each of the seasons. So this season's special features included a commentary track on Spell, which we listened to, and it was great. I actually really enjoyed that. We had a what'd you call it? Like a featurette, I guess.
Yeah.
On Inside the Writer's Room, which was really good. And there was a Lois Lane retrospective, as well as deleted scenes.
Yep.
There were some other commentary tracks. We didn't check those out. But no, obviously no Chloe Chronicles or any kind of like digital exclusive, or I guess web exclusive stuff. So, not really anything there. But some good, like, supplemental features, for sure.
Yeah, the spell... excuse me. The spell commentary was funny.
It was really funny.
Because
like, that was
the director is French, it sounds like, and they talk the whole entire time.
Yes. He tries to join in and say something.
But he is not humor level where they're at.
And he's not in, like, the things he says is so different from the stuff that they're talking about.
He's like, you're talking over it.
It's great.
But like, I was like,
It's
this
really
is the
fun.
whole point of a commentary. Because,
Yeah.
hate to bring up some Lord of the Rings crap for you, Matt.
Ah, God.
But I'm pretty certain it's the Two Towers that they have special features where the hobbits talk.
mind. That's gonna make a joke. Never mind.
Don't.
I can't.
Don't.
It would be bad.
Be nice.
It wasn't about Lord of the Rings. I was just gonna correct you for saying the two towers.
Oh.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you said the two towers.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna fake correct you
Oh.
in claiming that it's actually called something else, which I'm not gonna say because we might get demonetized.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
So,
shut
you know
up.
what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're talking about.
What other two?
Shut up.
Okay. So Maggie, currently the ranking for the seasonal special features
Oh.
is at number 3, season 3, number 2, season 1, CGI corn, and number 1 was season 2's special features. So Maggie, where would you rank season 4's special features?
Man, it's really hard to beat that CGI corn.
I know, right?
I'm going to say that this one's number 1.
Agreed. If you didn't say that, I was gonna correct it. I was just gonna put it number 1 anyway.
Override. Veto.
I'm overriding you. I
Veto.
should keep track of all the stuff that we do,
Yeah.
not just Smallville, but like how many vetoes did we use? Like what, you know?
I about used one.
Season 4.
You could.
I'm trying to remember why.
Because you kept on saying something over and
I mean,
over again.
that does sound like me.
Matt Sierra says Talkville had a spell thing recently. The commentary.
Nice.
And Kristen actually said she was very ill during some of that filming. Yeah, it is mentioned you can tell her voice changes because she's got a cold or something.
I will say that's the only thing that sucks about this Rewatch podcast. Like, I love doing this, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't listen to the Talkville stuff.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, one, we're a little bit ahead, so it's not that bad. But, like, I don't want their insights to influence my insights. And I don't want them, obviously, if they have, like, spoilers, I don't want Maggie to hear that, obviously. You know? So, like, it just sucks because I really want to listen to it. But, like, I won't be able to until we finish.
They did have the actress that played Martha on there.
Yeah.
And I'll watch a little snippet. Nothing happened.
God damn it, Maggie.
And all Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum said was, complimenting her on how well she played Martha Kent.
Yeah.
How much they loved having her on set and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was very sweet.
Mama Martha May Marlene.
Where's Perry at? Where's her real life husband?
You talking about Chuck?
Yeah, that is his name. Wow.
From Better Call Saul.
Yes.
Currently, we have our seasonal Freaks of the Weeks.
Oh boy.
Okay. So here's what we do. We take the best and rank them against each other, and we take the worst and rank them against each other, so that by the end of the series, we will have our top 10
of the best.
Our top 10 Freaks of the Weeks of the entire series, and our top 10 worst Freaks of the Weeks of the entire series, okay? So, currently, the ranking is at number 3, Alicia from season 3. At number 2, Ryan from season 1. And at number 1, Red Clark from season 2. And this season, we're going to be adding Crypto, a.k.a. Shelby. Maggie, where do you want to put Crypto?
Oh, this is not fair.
Why do you say that?
To put this beautiful dog up against, which I know Red Clark's probably going to stay number 1, but up against Ryan and Alicia.
I mean, yeah, Ryan's great. I love Ryan. But I could put Crypto above Ryan. It's a dog.
I know it's a dog, but
I know. I mean,
what is Oxycontin?
He did say that. And it did give us Warrior Angel.
Yeah, it did. It did, and also gave Clark a brother.
Yeah, okay, fine. But we're putting Crypto above Alicia.
I'm cool with that if you are.
I guess. I love this dog.
You love that dog. Game City Savior.
Can't pet that dog. Can't pet that dog. Can I pet that dog?
All right, stop. Game City Savior said, 4 alumni I came up with. Alumni. Came up with. Has anyone from the Superboy show ever appeared? That Lana is gorgeous.
I don't know.
The Lana in the show is gorgeous also.
Honestly,
That's what he said.
I don't really have a lot of touchstones for that series.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There was somebody. Well, because I'm thinking back to Look Up in the Sky, The Amazing Story of Superman.
Oh.
And there was somebody who was in Superboy, and he was almost like a Lex Luthor type character. It wasn't Lex Luthor. But I want to say, because they had him in the in the documentary, but it wasn't because of his guest starring role on Superboy. It was because he was something else in something else, and I can't remember what else he was.
Yeah,
I want to say like maybe a Jimmy or something, but it wasn't the Jimmy from Superman Returns. So I don't know. I don't know.
He also said, Game City Saver, it's funny how that same guy died multiple times in Clark's high school years. The last death is getting electrocuted in the locker room by Dawn Stalls.
That is true. Wow, Dawn. Fucking Dawn. Ghost Dad.
Ghost Dad.
Never forget Dawn. R.I.P. Which is the worst Dawn? Dawn Styles or Dawn Summers?
Why did these...
Buffy's sister.
Oh. I was like, who's using
Actually, I like Dawn in Buffy.
I do too.
Not when she first shows up. She's super fucking annoying. But that's just because she's still Harriet the Spy.
Yeah.
You know, like she just needed to grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like she gets better. But like when she would just squeal,
Once she hits
get out.
that Euro trip.
God damn it. Oh, wow. Lana and Dawn.
Holy crap, that is right.
All right.
Wow.
Now we need to add our ranking for the worst Freak of the Week. So currently at number 3, Garrett from season 3. Garrett. At number 2, Brian from season 2. Byron. And number 1, Bug Boy from season 1. And I swear to God, he will never leave. He will be, I think he will always be number 1 in our hearts as the worst, one.
Number 1 in our guts.
That's right. In our giblets. So Maggie, where do you want to add this season's worst Freak of the Week? Adam Sandler.
You're going to have to help me out here. Like, I know Elite shows.
Adam Sandler is the Sandman. He's the Sandman that killed Alicia.
Yeah.
Because he turned into sand. Remember, he was like, tried to kill Lana and Jason because they wanted to fuck.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, back in my day.
Smallville needs to go back to way it used to be.
It's like, bro, you're like fucking 17 or whatever, you know?
Okay. Now I remember him.
Garrett was
no, I remember
Bombastic Bomb Boy.
Yes.
From season 3.
Yeah.
And then Byron, of course, was...
I know, emo boy.
Well, he was like, I'm trapped in my basement.
But we made him emo boy in the...
And I turned into... Not a vampire, not even a werewolf, but like, kind of like, my eyes are dark and I'm shirtless.
Yeah.
He's like a pre-Twilight.
Yeah.
So, where do you want to add Adam Sandler? Now, here's the question.
Oh, God.
Here's the question. Are we talking about who is, like, just the most boring?
Yeah.
Or are we talking about the one that we hate the most? Because, like, that's the thing is, like, which one irritates us the most? Because, like, if I'm feeling something, then I feel like I should give that gets something because at least I feel something.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas someone that I'm just absolutely fucking bored with, like, I feel like they should get less points.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm just, but I mean,
Bug
currently,
Boy is horrible.
Yeah, currently Bug Boy just annoys the shit out of me, right? And like, there's always a fucking Bug Boy.
Yeah.
No, you know, in all these shows, there's always a fucking Bug Boy. Like, remember Xander almost slept with a praying mantis? God, always bugs. I mean, I would say, like, if we're talking about which ones, it's so confusing. Because, like, I would say Sandman, Adam Sandler, is a more thought out character than Garrett or Byron.
I agree.
But I don't know if that means that he's
Like
better than, like, if he should be higher on the list or lower on the list. I guess it would mean lower because he's not as bad as the rest of them. You know?
Yeah, he should be lower.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he's not the worst.
No, he's not the worst.
Like,
this is like number one is the worst of the worst.
Right. It's like golf.
Yeah. So like I wouldn't the negatives. I wouldn't want, like, I'll put it this way.
Okay.
If I had to be around these dudes, definitely couldn't stand Bug Boy. I'm sorry, Byron, can't stand be around you. Garrett, maybe.
I could stand to be around Garrett probably more than any of them, to be honest.
I don't know. I think Adam Sandler needs to go number 3
I think you might be right.
because he'd be like, oh, you can't have sex.
Yeah, God, I would. I mean, he's such a prude. Like, where was Adam Sandler on January 6th? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I mean, look at him. Look at that character. Not the comedian.
No,
Adam Sandler. I'm
I
talking about this
know.
character.
I know what you mean. I'm just
What, you're trying to not give me time about?
cool it.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Matt ZR says, I had mentioned this previously, but I think it was missed. Matt went on a thing with the Wonder Years, and it was the Arnold family since the title character was Kevin Arnold.
Arnold, yeah.
My bad, Matt ZR. I did see it, but I think we got caught up in conversation. And Game City Savior, the Lex from Superboy was a recast, I guess. When they recast Superboy, the Lex you were talking about was known for playing the young boy in Lost in Space. Excuse me.
Maybe that's what I was
We had that show on DVD, so I knew it automatically. And thanks, Matt. I need to finish that show. Which show?
I don't know. Maybe Superboy?
Oh, Superboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
I don't know.
Oh.
I feel like it wasn't Lex in Superboy. Like, I feel like it was like a young guy and he was like on a TV screen or something. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I literally only know what I'm pulling from the Up in the Sky, The Amazing Story of Superman documentary, which is basically unwatchable now because it was made by Bryan Singer and narrated by Kevin Spacey. Like, it's basically unwatchable.
Yeah.
I guess I could, like, mute it and, like, just turn on subtitles. I guess that would be a way to watch it. Can somebody just do a fan re-narration of that? Because I used to really love that one.
Let's see.
I'm updating our list.
I'm looking through the cast of. There was a Lex Luthor on Superboy.
Can I see what he looks like?
Does
she have like curly red hair?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh wait, I don't know. Sherman Howard.
It's a 1988 show. I'm guessing also.
Before we say, yeah, I don't think this is the guy I was thinking of.
What's the matter? I gotta check up on the BB.
I don't know. I don't know who I was thinking of. Don't worry, guys. I'll look into it and let everybody know. I'll follow up because I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know. Let's see here. Now we are going to, let's see, we got the current Freak of the Weeks. We don't really have to talk about that because we already did that last week. And then we have the next segment, which is Traitor. All those that made treacherous things that turned on people this season on Smallville. Traitor! I'm going to mute you, just so you know. Maggie is muted, everybody. So, here is the traitors from this season. So, Chloe faked her death. Bart turns on Clark to steal Lex's art, but gives it back. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Bart turns on Clark to steal Lex's art, but gives it back to Clark.
Love it.
Lionel stole Clark's body. Jason lies to Lana. Lana and Jason lie to Lex. Alicia reveals Clark's secret to Chloe. Jason and Lex lie to Lana. Lana lies to Lex and Jason. Lionel lies to Lex, Jason, and Genevieve, and Clark lies to pretty much everyone but his mom and dad multiple times. So there you go. Now it's time to get into puberty, but with superpowers. I got you, Maggie.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Big change.
I got it. I did it for you. Let's see here. So this season, Clark did not learn any new powers, but Kal-El did fly in the premiere episode. How does everybody feel about the Kal-El can fly, but Clark Kent is still earthbound? You know, how's everybody earthbound? Mother 3? I'm joking. How does everybody feel about that? Like, I don't know. At the time, I didn't think it really mattered. Like, I thought it was kind of lame that he was like, oh, Clark Kent's still earthbound. But, you know, it was just a way for them to kind of work out from not breaking their no flats, no tights rules, you know. But I mean, I guess it's fine. It's a cop out. That's the thing about this season. I feel like there's more issues with the writing, just like doing things as opposed to the story doing things. Like the writers just decide to be like, no, he can't fly because we don't have the budget for it, you know. So I don't know. That's where I'm at. Let's see here. Nice unintended rhyme. Hey, thanks, Matt ZR. Appreciate it. Now it's time to talk about no flats, no tights. Did they break the rule this season? So help me out, everybody, if you remember anything that I'm blanking on. But I only knew of 2 instances where they possibly broke the no flats, no tights rule. Obviously the no tights just never really gets broken. But we did have Kal-El, of course, flying in the premiere episode. So that is a flight. Was it Clark Kent? It was Kal-El, who is Clark Kent, but it wasn't our Clark Kent. So I don't know. I don't know if you can count that as them breaking the rule, but I feel like you should. And then we also have Clark super jumped onto a moving truck in the episode Lucy, which when you look at it, it does feel like he kind of, I mean, it's not like full on flight, but I mean, he's definitely following with style. You know what I mean? Like he goes vertical, horizontal, he goes vertical and then horizontal. Like he launches himself and like he doesn't land on his feet. Like he lands like, you know, like he's like sliding into home base, you know? And like, I don't know. I feel like he could have like gave it a little more oomph, you know? So I want to say, let's see, we've had Clark fly. Well, he floated in the episode 2, season 1. And then when he's in his bed. And then we had Clark fly in the tornado. He kind of willed himself to Lana. And then we saw Jor-El in Clark's body in like the flashback scenes. He kind of floated with whoever Lana was supposed to be. Like they kind of flew a little bit. And then did Kara, fake Kara, did she fly? I feel like she did. Which I guess that wouldn't really count against no flats, no tights. And then, yeah. And then, of course, Kal-El and everything that I just mentioned. So, there you go. Let's see here. Matt ZR, I think it makes sense to me based on how they explain stuff later on regarding flying. Yeah. Matt ZR, I appreciate you giving them the benefit of the doubt. I appreciate that. I just think, they didn't have the budget for it. Bill Mummy played a character named Tommy Puck. I think he was just a Superman fan that wanted to be on the show. I really need to finish the show. I think this is who I was thinking of. Tommy Puck. This is very important, everyone. Tommy Puck. Tommy Pickles. That's not it. Superboy. Here we go. Tommy Puck. Superboy TV series. Yeah, that's him. That is him. Bill Mummy. Who's Bill Mummy? Bill Mummy. Yeah, this is the dude that was in that documentary. Bill Nye, right? And he played Tommy? Is this the guy? This is the worst. I'm so sorry, everybody. This is like the worst podcast ever. They were Lost in Space. Okay. Yeah, so so he was the kid from Lost in Space. Everything's making a lot more sense now. He was in Captain America 1990. He was in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Or wrote it. I don't know. He either wrote or was in it. Yeah, Look Up in the Sky, The Amazing Story of Superman. Yeah, that's him. That's him. That's the guy. His name was Tommy. Not to be confused with the hit film Tommy by The Who. Maggie's back, everybody. We once watched the trailer for Tommy by The Who. It was bizarre. I'm going to mute you back. All right, so Maggie, did they break the no flats, no tots rule this week? Or this month, this year, this season? I got it to it eventually.
Oh, definitely in episode 1, but he was Kal-El.
So what are you saying? That he didn't or he did?
But it's not Clark.
Well, now, here's the thing. The rule is, quote, no flats, no tots. It's okay. I'll mute you. That's the rules. No flats, no tots. All right. It doesn't say no flats for Clark Kent, but if Kal-El flies, it doesn't count. It's all it is no flats, no tots. Now, granted, he's not wore tots. There has been reference to the Superman tots, like when he had the symbol like burned onto his chest, right? The big 8, and then of course wearing the Superman, or not the Superman, but his football jersey, which had the big 8 on it and stuff. Obviously, there's been references, but like Flot, the power of Flot, I feel like they've definitely broke it.
I definitely agree with when they was chasing down Lucy.
Yeah,
I think I did agree that he
was kind of flying there.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't think it was full Flot.
Gliding.
He was, as I like to say, he was falling with style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So you think they definitely broke it during that.
Yeah.
Would you count Kal-El flying as breaking the no flats, no tots rule?
Yes.
All right. So that's it. Twice. So now they've broke it, according to us, unless I'm forgetting something, they broke it 3 times prior.
I think so.
Which, well, no, wait. Now, there was that one where he's like jumping off the bridge to save Chloe, and like he lands faster than her.
Yeah.
And catches her. Like we had decided that was
out.
probably Flot.
Yeah.
Because like he had to have
control himself.
Gotten there quicker. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna say that they broke the rule once in the episode 2 when he's floating above his bed. Once in the tornado. Once when Randy when he had to catch Chloe falling off the bridge. And the Jor-El Flot. And now I believe fake Kara flew. But that's I want to say we're only talking about Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Like we're only talking about Tom Welling.
Yes.
We're not talking about just any character that flies. Yeah. Like if there was a freak of the week that could fly, we wouldn't count that.
Nope.
Like Dawn Stiles doesn't count as flying.
Yeah.
Even though her spirit was like flying and stuff.
God.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, okay. So they have broke it officially with us 6 times they've broken the rules.
No.
In 4 seasons. You bastards. That's all I got.
No, I could tell.
All right. Now it's time to get into drugs, but it's Kryptonite, baby.
What's OxyContin?
You didn't say it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Black Kryptonite was introduced this season with the power to both split people in 2 and recombine those people back into one person. Both Clark and Lex had black Kryptonite used on them. Mm-hmm. I've been told that I have the power to split people into 2. Sexually.
Stop.
It's a joke.
It's horrible.
It's a joke. All right. You know what else is horrible? Pizza time.
Pizza time.
All right. Bart eats lots of food.
Yeah.
Because he has to keep up all his caloric intake.
Metabolism.
And Martha eats ice cream and sings La La by Ashley Simpson. Yeah, made me wanna la la.
Ghost Dad possessed her.
I'm like an alley cat. Drinking milk about one more.
You're not helping Henry.
I'm sorry, Henry. I'll stop. All right, now it's time to get into That's Just Prom, and these are all of our favorite quotes from this season. The best of the best.
Yes.
Not every quote. That would take an entire podcast.
Yes, it would.
So, That's Just Prom.
Well, that's just prime.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to do this with me?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be Clark. We usually take turns in the bathroom.
Oh, don't start with me, Smallville. You're the one taking the marathon shower. Besides, my delicate feminine sensibilities weren't offended the first time I caught a glimpse of Clark Jr.
That's pee-pee. Clark, look, the important thing is that you got in and you're leaving because that's what you wanted, right?
Yeah. Don't get all broken up about it. You know, if I could describe my time here in one word, it would be weird. I look forward to the relative normalcy of the big city, but don't worry, I'll visit.
Is that a promise or a threat?
See you around, Smallville.
Ah, she said the thing that the thing has said.
It's the name of the show.
That's the name of the show. And I will have to be Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Let's see here. Clark. So, what are you going to do now, Bart?
I don't know. I mean, it's a big world. I figured I'd check it out, see if there's anyone else out there like us. Maybe start like a club or a league or something.
A league? A league? A Justice League of America? A JLA? A JLA? A JLA? A JLA. That's all I got.
Okay.
All right. Mikhail Mixelpidalik. If you knew I had a special talent, then why did you bet against me, Lex?
I didn't. I bet on Clark Kent.
Oh. All right, we got Lois / Brianna.
I'll be Lois. I'm gorgeous. Look at these.
And then she fondles her own breasts. You don't have to act it out.
Do that.
Lana as Isabel, slightly annoyed. Yes, they're very nice. That's such a great episode. All right, we got Alicia and Cal. Do you want to be Alicia?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, can we just slow down a little? I want this to last forever.
I'm not sure that's one of my abilities, but I'll do my best.
I'm a virgin.
That's great. So am I.
Really? It's just that we don't have any kind of a commitment or anything.
Oh, baby. Nobody's more committed to making this happen than me. I love that episode. That's such a great episode. We got Lois and Chloe. Who do you want?
I'll be Lois.
Okay.
First, he marries her. Then he dates her.
Subtle Lois. All right, Lois.
You could call your next dog Crypto.
Lex. Even though Pistol Whipped wasn't exactly my idea of fun, it is good to have the old dad back. Dr. Swan. Kal-El, you must write your own destiny. Which really wasn't actually said. I mean, it was said this season, but it was like they played it from the first time episode.
Yeah.
But
I want this one.
you want this one? Okay. Lex.
$50,000 is a lot to handle, even for a big girl.
So great. Lex, you're right about me all along, Mr. Kent. I am the villain of the story. I love that. I want you to remember this day, Clark. I want you to remember that despite all your amazing powers, there was one man that beat you. Lois.
Hold on. Let me get this pacifier back in. What the hell am I doing in a dress? And what the hell am I doing at your prom?
I'll explain, Lois.
Did you put this on me? A bit close to the boob, don't you think?
Clark, the crown's mine, bitch. It's my favorite line of the entire series. Let's see. Chloe. Oh, wait. Do you want me to be Chloe?
Yes.
Okay. Clark has amnesia.
Again? Well, at least you got your clothes on this time.
Chloe and Clark.
I'll be Chloe. There is one thing you did differently, Clark.
What's that?
You trusted me.
What? I'm trying to think of the song. It was Switchfoot. This is your life. I heard you wanted me. All right, where are we at? Chloe. After Clark runs off.
Go get him, Speedy.
Lois.
How cliche. An abandoned warehouse.
Lionel. You know, for a woman without a heart, Genevieve Teague certainly did have a lot of blood. God damn, Lionel, the woman's dead. It's great. I love it. I love Lionel.
So...
he lost his salvation. Oh my god. All right, Clark. Journalism. Ever thought about that? You wrote some half-decent articles at your short-lived career at the Torch.
Kill me first. Even if I could spell, the last thing I would do is spend my time in a newsroom. With my luck, I'd probably end up across the desk of the most bumbling reporter on the masthead.
Get it? Because that's what she does.
Yep.
That was her favorite quotes.
Yep.
Now it's time to get into DCU references, part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
You become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
Before we say goodbye. All right. On the back of the season's DVD, it advertises Doomsday. However, this is referring to the meteor shower in the commencement episode, not the Superman villain named Doomsday. With Bart Allen's appearance, this is the first season of Smallville to feature an appearance from a DC Comics character who isn't part of the Superman mythology. Maggie, did you catch anything in that statement? This is the first season of Smallville to feature a non-Superman legacy character.
So there'd be more.
Maybe.
More.
Maybe.
More.
Lois Lane, General Sam Lane, Bart Allen, Mikhail Mixel-Pitalik, Shelby, and Lucy Lane bring the number of DC Comics characters that have appeared on Smallville to a total of 19. And that does include all of the normal, like the regular cast and everything.
Game City Savior said, when you do the segment on No Flats, No Tots, you should play that part from the Snyder Cut when Barry says, "Don't break the rule."
Yeah, that would be good. That would actually be good. Although, well, never mind.
Matt ZR says, Matt being weird with the league thing. Because you kept on like stretching it out.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? That's what it was referencing. They're going to get Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in here. Sean Connery's going to show up.
You wish.
No, I don't. That movie was terrible.
Let's see. And he also said that was heartless from Lionel, but it was a good line regarding the blood.
It was really good. I love that line. Yeah. Honestly, Lionel's low-key one of my favorite characters on the entire series. Like, he's awful, but God, he's just so fun to watch. And it's definitely because of John Glover. I almost said John Snyder, and I was like, I know that's not it. But you know what it is time for? It's time for the Talon Mix. Remy Zero!
Hey, I like these guys. Yeah. Remy Zero!
All right. These are our favorite songs that appeared during special scenes over the season. So, the first one is episode 3, My Happy Ending by Avril Lavigne during the dunk tank scene. When Chloe realizes, shit. He's going to get all up in that.
Yeah.
He's getting in my cuz.
They don't even realize it.
He's getting my cousin wet. Because he splashes water on Lois. Get your mind out of the gutter, Maggie.
Shut up. In the first place.
Episode 7, Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day during the football game. You remember that?
Yes.
They went like full on Friday Night Lights during that. Which was great. Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure this predates Friday Night Lights, the show anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We also got episode 8, What You Waiting For by Gwen Stefani during the magical dance party.
Yes.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And then, you got Clark.
Stuck in a moving car. Scary conversation.
So
Shut
great.
my eyes, can't find the brakes.
Oh, that hurt. Let's see here. It's Now or Never by Elvis Presley when Clark and Alicia went to Vegas.
To get married.
Shut up and put your money where your mouth is. That's what you get for making up in Vegas. It's a different song. Episode 12, I Love Rock and Roll by Erica Durance and Allison Mack. Their karaoke cover at the Talon. Episode 13, Untitled by Simple Plan when Clark leaves the football stadium for the last time. How could this happen to me? I've made my regret. God know it. And then he walks out. He's like, I believe and believe. And he leaves. Give a Little Bit by the Goo Goo Dolls when Clark plays with Shelby at the end of that episode.
Game C Saver says that Friday Night Lights was 2006.
Yeah. That's good. Which I guess Friday Night Lights movie had come out, but that they didn't really do the musical stuff like Friday Night Lights the show did. Friday Night Lights the show, fantastic fucking series. God, just what a great show. Let's see here. Give a Little Bit when Clark plays with Shelby. Episode 18, La La by Ashley Simpson when Martha eats ice cream. It's actually played multiple times in the episode, but that's
the best one.
God, that was so funny. I love it when they give Martha and Jonathan like fun things to do, you know? They don't do it a lot, but like especially for Martha. It feels like Martha never gets to do anything fun. But like they kill it every time they do, you know? Let's see here. Also on episode 18, You and Me, the wedding version by Lifehouse. This is of course played when Clark and Lana are at prom. And a lot of people and nothing to do. And nothing to lose. What?
How could this happen to me? That's what.
This zapping?
Game C says, how could
I love
this happen to me?
Episode 19, This Is Your Life by Switchfoot when Lana and Clark say this time to each other. And also when Chloe says that Clark trusts her. Because it begins, it's like... Every day is a wrinkle on your forehead. And that's during like this time. And then when it's like, this is your life. Are you who you want to be? That's when Chloe's like, you trusted me. He's like, Chloe, you got to tell me the truth. Did I do anything weird? I guess you'll never know, Clark. Fuck. Fucking weirdo. Let's see. In episode 22, when Clark throws the Power Stones by Mark Snow. So I looked into this to try and find the like actual title of the score. So this is the guy that does the music, the score for Smallville, Mark Snow. And there's another guy that does it in later seasons, but Mark Snow is doing it during those. So at the end, when it cuts to Clark and he's in the snow, and like we've seen, everything else is wrapped up. Lana is like, you know, looking at the spaceship and Lionel's got the eyes, and Chloe and Lex are down in the caves, and Jonathan and Martha get hit with the meteor. Their house gets like just nailed by a meteor. Then it cuts to Clark, dead silent. He's in the snow, and then what do you hear? Boom, boom. Obviously, it doesn't go that far, but it almost does. It is very much like if they let it play just a little bit longer, it would definitely go into the Superman theme. So anyway, I tried to find this track. They did have an album of Smallville score that you can listen to. You cannot look at it because the titles are like just huge spoilers throughout. But this specific musical motif was not listed on there. I tried to look like on YouTube, see if it had a title or anything, and just couldn't find anything. So anyway, I feel like that is for all the needle drops of the season, I feel like that's got to be one of the big ones.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just, and I know it's just the score, but like, I feel like it still deserves to be like in the Hall of Fame of like the best musical moments of Smallville. So that is the Talon mix. And now it's time.
Dude, there is so many badly edited Smallville / Switchfoot videos on YouTube.
Yeah, there is. Okay. So I don't know if I've told this. I think I did back in the day. But I actually made a music video using footage from Superman the movie and Smallville, and it's to The Black Parade
I've seen it
by My Chemical Romance, and it's bad. It's bad. It's like Dragon Ball Z, Linkin Park bad. Okay, like I mean it's bad, and like I used a video editor that came free from like a dongle. That like would let you plug in like audio video wires into a computer, but this is back in like 2007, so it was not good, and everything sounds like it's terrible. However, I think I'm gonna upload it once we hit, because I made it after season 8.
Okay.
So after season 8, I think I'll at least show it in one of the episodes that we do. I don't know if I'll put it up as its own video, maybe unlisted.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's terrible. It's really bad. But it's just basically all the most epic moments from Smallville, all cut together and stuff. Now there is one shot that I am pretty proud of. Okay, like it cuts from like them finding Clark as a baby, and then like it like zooms in and then zooms out as Clark like does the thing in like the first episode where he looks up and then runs off, you know. And like I did like that, but it still wasn't good. And the ending is just very rushed. Cause see, like my thing was like they talk about will you be the savior of the broken and the damned? And he says something about a phantom to lead you in the summer and join the Black Parade. Yeah, so and I was thinking like, oh, Phantom Zone. I know. There was reasons. There was thoughts behind it.
That's a millennial's mind back in the day, though.
Thanks, Maggie. I appreciate it. And I also did include a couple of shots from Superman Returns, mainly the bullet in the eye, and the part where he's like up in the sky, like getting the sun because he just got stabbed by Kryptonite, and then apparently has enough strength to lift an entire fucking island of Kryptonite.
Yeah, I didn't understand that crap, man. I saw that in theaters. Still don't understand it to this day.
I shouldn't have went to the theater and watched it because I had a temperature of like 102.
Yeah.
Which that story hits different now.
Yeah.
But back then, I mean, I was like, yeah, I'm a hardcore nerd. I go even when I feel like I'm dying. And now it's like, I would be very angry if the person sitting next to me had a fever of 102, you know? Like, that would really suck.
Yeah.
But I was there, and I convinced myself that I liked it.
Good job, Matt.
You know what else I convinced myself that I liked?
What?
It's time for the countdown to Billy.
Sorry.
5 weeks until Billy, a.k.a. Kush,
Billy
gets here. So he's going to join us. Currently, we're planning on it being live in studio, everybody. So there'll be a third chair. I need to order another mic. That just hit me. I need to get another mic.
Oh, I thought I was going to sit out.
No, you are not getting out of this. We've been counting down to this for 95 weeks at this point.
I just wanted to say, let's see what you do.
For real, like this does actually coincide with our 100th episode of Going Back to Smallville. So in 5 weeks, my brother Billy will be joining us.
A Game City Savior said, I wanted to make a Black Parade too. There's a channel I think is called Jade Royal. Has the best Smallville edits.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
I can't watch them.
Yeah, she can't watch them. She's not allowed. Just because I don't want you to get spoiled.
I'm not allowed.
Even though I know you've been spoiled on like so many things already.
I'm not allowed. On a lot of things.
You're allowed
I'm still not allowed to look at the gifts.
Well, no, you're definitely not allowed to look at the gifts. I'm trying to think, there is one. Oh, the Clark protecting that kid. That's like one of the first ones that pops up.
Oh, okay.
Like when the meteor hits him and stuff. Like that's one of the first ones. So, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I was like, so there's at least one that you can see now. You can't search for it, but you can, like that GIF, you can see. You can get eyes on it. Okay. I got eyes on it. I know it's 5 on it, but anyway. Next time on Smallville.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Next week, we will continue our Smallville review, where we'll be talking about what I'm calling Chapter 1, the high school years. So this will be a extended kind of look back at the series as a whole from season 1 through season 4. It won't be as much as this. Like this, I really wanted to get into the nitty gritty of season 4. This is really just going to kind of, like, I don't even know if we'll use the segments or anything, but we're really just going to be talking about, this is the first time we're doing this, but we're really just going to be talking about kind of where the show has gone from where it started to where we are now. And we also needed an extra episode so Billy could be here on the 100th episode. That was kind of the main reason. But I just think that we've reached a point where it'd be good to kind of, recall just everything that's happened since the first episode.
Yeah.
Especially as we transition into season 5, which will be kind of the beginning of
college years.
Like the I'm kind of wanting to call them the lost years. I don't know. We may call it something else. I don't know. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. And then after that, so 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be back with our review of Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. This will be our 4th Superman movie that we've watched in between the seasons. And I'm very not excited for this. You've never seen 4, right?
Ooh.
It's really bad. Like, it's like 3 sucks, right? But 3 is like enjoyable compared to 4 in my opinion, because 4 is just awful. It's like Superman decides that it's his responsibility to rid the world of nuclear weapons, and it's about as boring as that sounds.
All right.
And like it's like, and everybody's like cool with it. They give them to him and he like throws them in the sun or something, and like,
wouldn't that do something to the sun?
I mean, probably not. Like, probably not, right? I mean, probably not.
I mean, Thomas, you go.
I mean, like, I'm thinking, like,
Probably not.
Scientifically speaking, like, the amount of explosions going off on the sun and, like, the power has to be bigger than a nuclear explosion. It has to be. I mean, because a nuclear explosion is not as powerful as the sun, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have ceased to exist when the first one went off.
Yeah.
So, like, I would imagine it probably wouldn't do anything.
Okay.
Probably not. Probably. Now, if you threw it into, like, Uranus, blow your ass up.
Stop it.
All right, everybody. That's it. And then, of course, 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be back with season 5 premiere of Smallville, which is very exciting. But, Maggie, you got something?
Matt Ziar just said, no one ever acknowledges Superman 4. That's how much the fandom hates it.
It's true.
Game City Savior said, we are entering the, quote, post-high school years.
Post-high school, pre-good.
Pre-good.
We're in the shit years. I mean, now, in all fairness, season 5, first half of season 5 is good.
Okay.
Like, and the back half is not bad. It's the whole season itself is kind of disjointed. I love season 6. Okay, like as much as I love season 4, I love season 6. Season 6 got some all-time fucking bangers. All right, season 7 is atrocious. All right.
On season 8, they come back.
Season 8, 9, 10, boom. I feel like there's not one bad episode in seasons 8, 9, and 10. In fact, there's one episode in season 10 that is so different from the rest of the series. It's like just a fun episode.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. There's a monkey. It's great. It's great, Maggie. It's great. All right, it's great, and it's in season 10, so we got a long way to wait, but it's great.
Daddy's crazy.
Yeah, just a little bit. But you know what else is crazy? We're done. Crazy.
My butt hurts.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us as we recapped and reviewed season 4 of Smallville. Remember, we'll be back again next week on Monday with the Hopefully Awesome Show, and next Tuesday with going back to Smallville, our retrospective on seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Smallville, recapping the entire series so far. Great place to jump on, so be sure and share with people who you think would actually like it to hang out with us and stuff. We greatly appreciate you if you spread the word about Hopefully Awesome. Just like these fun folks over here, remember you too can join us at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome or join us right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome as a member. Get access to exclusive content, get your name in every episode we make, and you can also get a verbal shout out as our producer of the month, just like Strange Marvel Theories. Thank you for being our producer. We greatly appreciate you, Strange Marvel Theories. We be back tomorrow? The hope is yeah.
Yeah, we have high hopes.
We have said that the past like 3 weeks.
But we think the sun is on our side due to
the sun will save us.
Daylight savings.
Yes, like the fact that it's still light outside at like 8 p.m. does help us to not want to pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye out. We may be back tomorrow.
Just want to say thanks to everybody in chat tonight. Game City Savior, Matt ZR, Jeriana, Colonel, Sanders, and Burst Jones. Thank you all so much for stopping by tonight.
Thank you. Keeping the chat going, keeping it live, chatting with us. We really appreciate it. Honestly, like you all carry the chat and it helps tremendously.
Yeah.
To be able to, keep the conversation going. Like we talk all the time, not even on camera, but just how much we enjoy doing this as opposed to the way we used to do it, which was just a pre-recorded thing.
Yeah, we'd just be in an empty room with no feedback.
Yeah, so we definitely appreciate you all hanging out with us. We always appreciate y'all being here. Yeah. So thank you. Thanks again. Thanks. But that is going to wrap it up for us tonight, everybody. Thanks again for joining us. And as always,
have a hopefully awesome day.
Bye.